Welcome to episode 129 of Regen Rovers. It's the end of our first ever Premier League season. We have survived, quite comfortably so. With 3 games to go, we're on 50 points. Now, I've decided to show the last 3 games live today. I was originally only going to show the last 2, but this game against Man City is quite important because we do have the chance to hinder Man City's title challenge. They are currently top of the table, 1 point ahead of Man United with a game in hand. And secondly, it's our last home game of the season, and it would be nice to keep this unbeaten home run. I kind of feel like it is unlikely because Man City are top. They've got huge amounts of talent in their team. It's going to be very, very difficult to stop them. But I wanted to show it anyway, regardless of whether we lose or if we somehow pull off a shock. So since the last episode, we've only played 3 games, 2 wins, 1 defeat. We started off with a really good 3-0 win against Stoke City, the team that at the time were above us in the table, so this enabled us to go above them. It was an own goal that started off proceedings before Pigliacelli made it 2-0 in the 40th minute. We had the added bonus of them going down to 10 men in this game early on, so it does make the result seem impressive, winning 3-0, really good strike from Pigliacelli, but it probably was as a result of them going down to 10 men. But let's not take anything away from the guys. They were clinical. We had a really, really comfortable win in the end. Williams made it 3 from a Horatio header. One of the best results of the season, I would say. We were just so comfortable after they went down to 10 men and dominated this match. Good to win 3-0 at home as well. Before going to Watford, well, Watford came to the Regen Rovers Stadium to be precise. And we went 2-0 up before they managed to get a goal back through Damari Gray. Now, Nick Austin had to come in to the goalkeeping position because Kay, in the last match, at the end of the last match, broke a finger or something like that. And he's out for 5 to 7 weeks, so he's missing the end of the season, so we're going to have to play Nick Austin. Koch is still out on loan at 1860 Munich, trying desperately to keep them up. I don't think he's going to be able to. He's kept quite a few clean sheets, though, in helping them up the table, but I think they're still second from bottom. It's unlikely to pull off miracles there. Johnston managed to get his 3rd goal of the season in this game. He scored the other two goals in the same game earlier in the season, so he's not been up to the standard I hoped he would be. And his fitness levels are really poor as well. He gets really knackered around about the 50th minute mark of every game, and I just have to sub him off quite a lot, so I just don't think it's worth even trying to sign him next season. That was a nice goal from Nigel to make it 2. They did get a goal back, but a really good win. However, a disastrous defeat against Cardiff City away from home. They're fighting for their lives though, and I think by this point we're playing in our flip-flops. There's nothing to play for apart from trying to clamber up the table as high as possible. The highest we can finish though is the position we're in right now, 8th. So we're trying to defend that position. It's going to be quite hard with the running we do have. We're not going to finish above this position, so it's kind of a lose-lose situation. We're unlikely to improve upon anything in today's episode. But this was overall a very disappointing game. Austin saved a 91st minute penalty, but they put in the rebound. So that was disappointing as well. Bertenstad had a poor game at left back. We couldn't create anything up front. I've been bringing Jack Young off the bench every single game, by the way, for the last 4 games, I think. So desperately trying to get him to score just because I want Jack Young to score in the Premier League. He's managed to score in the FA Cup this year, but it would have been nice to get him to score in the Premier League. There still might be an opportunity, I suppose. Against Man City, though, this is the team we're going with. Schultz is suspended, so he got suspended for 3 games because of 15 yellow cards domestically this season. So I think this is the last game he misses out on, so hopefully he will be available for the last 2 games. I've got no goalkeeper on the bench because Nick Austin is our 3rd choice goalkeeper and we don't have anyone else. Well, we do have under 18 players, but I think I'd rather just risk it and put Jack Young on the bench as well as Spencer Drury and Lorenzini, so that's what I've been going with. So in goal we've got Nick Austin. Right back is Vianello, hoping to impress me because there might be a possibility of signing him in the summer, I guess. His contract is actually up in the summer. I think if I was to sign him, he would come in as backup, and then I'd actually try and sign a really good quality right back. I have to think about it, because is Stephen Dean good enough to be backup going forwards, or should I try and cash in on him, sell him to a championship club? I don't know. He's not really been so good lately. His average rating has really dipped. which is why I've been playing Vianello. But that's something to think about in the summer. Horatio and Williams have been really solid at centre-back. Been very impressed with them this season, and they probably both should be up for the player of the season poll, along with probably Pigliacelli and Nigel. Left back, we're going Bettenstad. I don't think I'll get him back on loan. He's been solid. Training's not going so well for him. His contract is up in the summer, and he does look alright on paper, especially defensively. But I'm not sure. In fact, he's already decided to join a team in the summer, so we definitely can't sign him. So that settled that one already. Dibba's having to play in the middle. I'm going with him instead of Garber. Kind of feel Dibba is a bit more of a ball in a midfielder, but maybe Garber's slightly better actually. I don't know. Let's just have a look at the tackling. They're about the same, but I'm going to play Patrick Dibba today alongside Naganuma, JCG, Johnston, Nigel and Pigliacelli up front. Man City, obviously favourites for this one, but we've been impressive lately apart from that Cardiff game. We're currently just above Stoke on goal difference. If we can get a draw today, it would be an incredible achievement to go the whole season unbeaten in this stadium. We have lost home games, like I've explained before, when we were playing at QPR Stadium, but we're still unbeaten at the Regen Rovers Stadium in the Premier League, which is fantastic. But that's likely to end today. Finally, it has to end at some point, doesn't it? So it's likely to end today. Their striker, Zé Gomes, Portuguese international, real life player as well. He's turned out to be incredible on this game. I suppose he was about 17 or 18 at the start of this save. And yeah, he's rather good, isn't he? 57 goals in 98 games for Portugal. Labrovic on the left-hand side, a Croatian who looks very, very good. They've got this guy, a Dutch player, Sander Schulberts, who's only got 5 caps for Holland, strangely enough. And on the right-hand side, Ricardo Martins, a Frenchman, young French player, 3 goals in 4 games for France. I don't know if they're putting out this full-strength team against us. I kind of feel like there's the odd player that, I don't know. Lewis Cook. Sorry, if you're watching, Lewis. And also, sorry if you're watching, Lewis, because I've left you out the England team because you're not a regen. And he's getting upset about not being in the England team. He was England captain when I came along, and he's just been left out since then. But he is 32. I want to be giving the youth and the regens the chance. There's no real-life players allowed in my teams. I know someone did joke about me being a kind of Hitler figure at the start of this series by only picking pure regens and no other players. I'm not that harsh. I've not been snipering off the real life players when we've been playing matches, have I? Anyway, let's see how we cope. We've got the solid tactic, which defensively has been reasonably good apart from the last game. And in the second half, I did go attacking against Cardiff, and that might be why we lost 3-0. Bettenstad's knocked out of the pitch. Pigliacelli can't get on the end of that. Johnston can't receive that either. And without Schultz, it is a little bit trickier in the midfield for us to win the ball back. Vianello does well there, but they're back on the ball, looking dangerous. Dibba's no match for their players. This is going to be 1-0. Zé Gomes scores. We're playing a weaker team. Austin's in goal. He's our third choice goalkeeper, really. Dibba's certainly not first team quality in the middle. So, yeah, it's a long shot today, isn't it, to defend our unbeaten run. But we will give it our best shot as Man City come forwards again. Horatio heads it away, but Man City come back at us. I mean, if Cardiff beat us 3-0, how much are Man City going to beat us by? Nigel can't get that. Can he? He does. Pigliacelli, come on. He's all by himself. There's no one there helping out. And they're back on the attack again. It's just, we win the ball and they just win it back straight away. That's why they're such a good team, I think. That's what makes a good team. Just always first to the second ball. What a save by Nick Austin, though. Really, really good save, turning it around the post. I have no idea how we're going to muster any shots today. We've had one, apparently. But that's it. Can we counter-attack? Bettenstad knocks it up the pitch, but it's not an accurate pass. What do we do? Maybe we have to hold on to the ball and try and kind of work our way up the pitch. No, I don't think that's the right. I think we have to go route one, pump it up to Pigliacelli, and just hope for the best. Feed the pig, and he will score. He's got 21 goals this season. Absolutely incredible first season in English football for him, especially in the top division as well. And, that was almost a fluky goal from Man City. And we survive that onslaught. Come on, guys. Come on, you younglings. Let's just give an encouraging team talk. A calm, encouraging team talk. Just some calm words for the lads. That will hopefully inspire them. I think they are actually standing up in the snake pit, which is great to see. Actually, I think everyone's on their feet in the entire stadium, showing their support to the Regen Rovers. Somehow, it's 1-0 at half-time. I'm surprised we're not more than 1-0 down, considering the circumstances. I'm going to say unlucky. That's relaxed him. Dibber's having not a great game. I'm going to take him off for Garber. And what I'm going to do is, we're going to play him... We'll play 2 deep line playmakers, but Garber on support. Actually, Garber on defend. Naganuma can go to support. Bit of a strange move, I know. And Johnston will come off. We're going to throw Jack Young on, which I know some of you will be in despair at the fact I'm still playing him, but I'm determined to get him to score. We're going to play him as a shadow striker. We don't need too many playmakers on the pitch. So we'll have Garber and Naganuma spraying the ball up. In fact, we might even try and exploit the flanks. In fact, no. We'll just do this. And Young will play behind Pigliacelli. I want Jack Young to score. If he can score against Man City, the top team in the division, that would be an unbelievable achievement. But we've zoomed through to the 60th minute mark almost. What's happened? Oh, Naganuma's getting sent off. I don't understand. I didn't see anything. Apparently he pulled his shirt, and Naganuma, a Japanese superstar, who's been pretty solid, by the way. He's been comfortable in a Regen Rovers shirt. He's been sent off. What am I to do now? Jack Young in central midfield? That's just asking for trouble, isn't it? We've got no other central midfielders. I've taken Dibber off. One in the middle, but pull these 2 guys back. And I'm going to play Jack Young up front as a poacher. We're just going to have to hope and pray that somehow we can do something here. We're going to go counter and just try and absorb pressure as best as possible with one in the middle. But it's a free kick to Man City. It's over the bar, fortunately, and we survived that one as well. But we're really, really up against it now, aren't we? If we only lose 1-0, it's going to be a miracle. 20 minutes to go. Somehow we're still in this. 10 minutes to go. Blimey, what the hell is happening here? How are we still in this? I'm going to bring on Pascual. We got to go for this, haven't we? We actually have an opportunity here to pull off an incredible shock. So let's go for it. Throw Pascual on. That was a highlight straight away before my changes have even been implemented. It's cleared away. They might make it 2-0 before these changes are implemented, in which case they're just void anyway. And that's 2-0. It's a good strike from Bueno. It's all over now. We've lost this game. It's our first defeat in the Premier League in the Regen Rovers Stadium. You won't have to hear me banging on about that anymore. You're probably relieved, to be honest. Can we get a goal back? Pigliacelli, Jack Young. Oh, I thought that was the moment for Jack Young. I could see it. His eyes must have just lit up then. But it was good defending in the end. And it's more than likely it's going to be a third from Man City as they come forwards. And that is a strike and a half. We'll go counter, just so it's not so bad. We don't deserve to lose 3-0. We've put up a good fight, I think. But it's our second 3-0 defeat in a row. Possibly could be even more as they come forwards here. Since going one in the middle, it's not really worked, has it? I think we'll pull Pigliacelli back there. Just for the last few minutes. It might not make a difference. It's over the bar from Bueno that time. Never mind. This was likely to happen. I just wanted to show it just in case there was a shock on the cards. But it didn't happen. We've lost twice against Man City this season. We've lost twice against Cardiff this season, which is quite random, I think. We're still ahead of Stoke City. So if we can get... There's the end of the game. If we can get the same number of points as Stoke and whoever else might be just below us, then hopefully we can finish 8th, which would be an insane start. Oh dear, that wasn't the right thing to say. I'm just going to say disappointed with the defence. But yeah, we're still 8th. We've got 2 games to go. We're level on points with Stoke City. We're 4 ahead of West Ham. So hopefully we can stay ahead of the likes of West Ham and Fulham, who are 4 points behind us. But it's all about trying to finish as high as possible, isn't it? And 6th is the highest we can finish. I'm going to just warn Naganuma, because it wasn't a straight red card. Jack Young hasn't scored for 7 matches. That's not too bad for Jack Young, to be honest, because he scored in the Premier League, in the FA Cup, recently. The next game is against Everton, who are very close to relegation, so that might not be in our favour, because they'll be fighting for their lives. But we'll find out. It's time for the penultimate game of our first Premier League season then, against relegation-threatened Everton. It just shows no one is safe. Because we've had such a good year this year, it really doesn't mean we're not going to be relegation-threatened next year. Every year will be a fight. You know what it's like. Probably the top 6 in the league, maybe top 7, 8 teams in real life are safe every year. But everyone below that, it's a question mark. It could be anyone that just falls into difficulties. I would say it's only really the top 6 in real life, down to, the traditional top 6 these days. And maybe Everton now as well. You could put them into a top 7 bracket. Everyone below that, every year there's question marks. Maybe they could get relegated. You could put any of them in the bottom 3 if they just have a bad run of games. So next year is going to be a challenge. You can see 7th in the table, Chelsea, all the way down there. Newcastle are up to 5th, looking for a Champions League place. So Newcastle have turned into a big team on this save, whilst Everton have dropped all the way down. If they win, they go out the relegation zone today though and pull Watford in. So it's a huge day for them. But I want to win. I want to finish as high up the table as possible. And I think I'd rather get Everton relegated than Watford. I kind of see Everton as a team that would be a bit more of a threat than Watford. They've got a good right winger who has got caps for England, Nikar Najana, who's got 8 caps. They've also got Jesse Lingard on the left hand side, who left Man United a number of years ago actually. I think in the 2nd season he moved to Palace on a free. We're sticking with this pretty solid tactics. Not been solid in the last 2 games, I know, but I think it was only really the red card that let us down against Man City. We could have possibly got back into that one if that hadn't happened. It wasn't the best way to say thank you to the Regen Rovers fans for a fantastic season, but I think they were probably expecting to see a defeat when they turned up for that game. As always, please hit that like button, it'd be very much appreciated as Everton come forward. I don't know what happened there, just lagged crazy, and they're through, and it's a penalty. Horatio gives away a penalty. Yellow card, at least it's not a red. Can Nick Austin save this one? He saved the last one, but the rebound was put in. Girardi steps up, it's off the post, and it's cleared behind rather horribly for a corner. It hit one of my own players. But anyway, we survived the penalty, and that's over the bar. They are definitely going for this, aren't they? Early on, looking for a goal. They've gone with 2 up front, with Tamburini. But it's a corner to us. Can we? Oh no, we can't. We can't manage to get a shot away. Bettenstad puts it back to Vianello though. Here's Nigel putting it back to Schultz. What's he going to do? Pigliacelli stumbles on the ball. He just tripped on it himself. And where was the defence there? That is ridiculous. Good save by Nick Austin, who I must say, despite conceding 6 goals in the last couple of games, has put in some good saves for us. And he catches that one. Possibly there's a future for him at the club. Regen Rovers number 2 to K next year rather than Koch. I don't know. The battle's certainly on. Koch is younger. Nick Austin, I think, is 22 now. But he's been at the club a while. But this is the first time he's actually had a run of games. Keep going out there today. You can still win. I'm just going to say to the midfield, you can do this. You can be better. It's not really going to plan today. I think they're going to be pushing forward. Let's go counter. Yeah, let's just go counter and hit them on the break, because they need to win. I don't have to win. We're playing in our flip-flops. We're just playing to try and get a couple more £1 million by finishing a place higher. At the moment, Stoke are losing, actually. So a draw does suit us at this stage, but it would be nice to push forwards and get another goal. Now, what do I do? Another goal? A goal. We haven't scored at all. Johnston is knackered as usual. JCG's not having a very good game. I think I'll bring Pascual on. JCG's not done anything in the last few games, actually. Half an hour to go. Surely Everton are going to push forwards here. Maybe they're a bit dispirited after that penalty miss. I'm going to throw on Jack Young again. He's going to play behind as the shadow striker. I think we'll drop these two back though, and we'll put early crosses into the box. Try that. In fact, let's go 4-4-2. We'll go 4-4-2 just like Everton are. I want Jack Young to score, so I keep bringing him off the bench. I don't think it's going to happen though. He's had a lot of opportunities in the last few games, and it's not happened. One last substitute. Let's bring off Lorenzini. We're going to chuck on Spencer Drury, and we'll play two poachers up front, which is a little bit of a strange thing to do, I think, but we'll try it anyway. We'll whip the crosses in. We'll mix up the pass, and we'll exploit the flanks. In fact, no. I'm just changing it up a bit really, aren't I? We'll go back to standard, I think. I think we're just cancelling each other out today, but a draw would be okay. I just wanted Jack Young to score. It's a corner to Everton to end the game, headed away by Williams, and that's the end of the match. It finishes 0-0. Boring game, but we pick up another point. And we stay 1 point, well, we move 1 point ahead of Stoke City with that result. But Arsenal on the last day of the season, that is surely going to be a loss, away from home especially. But Everton in deep trouble with 1 game to go as a result of that game. Man City have won the Premier League with a game to spare, so well done to them. I think on the last day of the season, I'm going to go attacking against Arsenal. I'm going to go for it. They've got Lloyd King, who's the top goal scorer this season. They're going to be dangerous, but if we can just catch them unawares and go with the attacking tactic, maybe we'll have a chance. And I'm going to play Spencer Drury up front. We've got a couple of games to play in the summer with England, World Cup qualifiers, so I'll just play them behind the scenes during the pre-season. There will be an end of season review as always. I don't know if Arif Koch has finished his time with 1860 Munich. Have they got any games left? They've got 1 more game left. Can they survive? No, I think they're already relegated because there's a relegation playoff, but they're 5 points below that. So Koch couldn't keep them up, but he's done pretty well since going there, I think. They've managed to win a few games. Beforehand, it was absolutely dreadful, as you can see there. What a Lasubi! He's signed a new deal with Sutton United. How long's he been there now? 3 years. Still playing in the National League South. What a legend! Last game of the season then. Michael Oliver's in charge. He must be ancient as well. Did the referees just referee forever on this? Although maybe he's quite a young ref. I guess we're only 13 years into the future. Can we stay ahead of Stoke? Can we stay ahead of West Ham? They're also only 2 points behind. West Ham have Fulham on the last day, and Stoke have Chelsea. I would hope that Chelsea would win that one, but we might have to watch out for West Ham. We might finish 9th anyway. We could possibly finish as low as 10th. But either way, we're going to finish in the top half of the table for our first ever year in the Premier League. And that is just amazing, really. Kay is back, by the way. Do I put him in goal? I think I should. We'll play him for the last day. He's pretty much fully fit. Sharpness isn't great, but that's fine. We'll put our best goalkeeper in there. I will leave Nick Austin out, though, because I still want Jack Young to be on the bench. Can we end on a high then, against a very strong Arsenal team who have already qualified for the Champions League? They're not going to finish higher than 3rd, and they're not going to finish lower than 3rd. They've got nothing to play for. Nor do we really. I don't think psychologically the players would feel like they have anything to play for here. But we do actually have an opportunity to finish 8th rather than 9th or 10th. So if we can get a win against all odds, we guarantee that 8th place. But it's going to be incredibly tough to stop Lloyd King. Also Reece Nelson, he's pretty good on this game. Lee Robertson, an England winger, who is a very, very good player as well. We've got this guy playing behind, Marty, Spaniard. But we're going to give it our best shot. And it would be nice to see Spencer Drury getting another goal. He's got 1 Premier League goal and 1 Cup goal this season. It's not been his year. He's not been able to step up to this level. He's not played a huge number of games. This is only his 7th start of the season. But that's because of being disappointing in the other games. At the under-23s, he's been brilliant. He's dropped down to that level and is just smashing it to pieces, as you would expect, really. Especially with the opposition that our under-23s always take on. I think the San Marino guy that we have has actually scored more goals than Jack Young for the under-23s, although that may have changed recently. Here we go then, early on, JCG charging forwards, but he's been tackled quite easily, and now Arsenal can counter. Horatio can't win that, and King is already destroying us. What's he doing? But Bettenstad comes in and wins it back. It's topsy-turvy stuff at the start of this game, but we've managed to collect possession. It's slammed up again, given away though. Is this going to be an early goal? I feel like it might. Look at Lloyd King go. He is incredible. Kay just about keeps it out, and it's clear. I don't know how we're going to stop him, but we're just going to attack, do our best, try and catch them off guards, and try and score a goal today. Because we didn't score against Man City, we didn't score against Everton. Want Pigliuccelli to end on a high. We've won a corner. Naganuma crosses it in, headed away. It's all the way back to Pigliuccelli. Here he is, easily tackled by Tarao, and now Arsenal can break. That was off. Oh no, I think that guy Lloyd King was offside, but Robertson wasn't, and that's 1-0. King with an easy tap, and we made it too easy. We've been countered from a corner. That was his 41st goal of the season. That's who we're taking on. It's impossible to compete with that, really. And Arsenal are going to dominate, aren't they? I didn't want to go with the solid tactic though, because I know Arsenal can just play through that easily anyway. It doesn't make any difference at the end of the day. So if we can just attack them and get a couple of goals, maybe make it a goal-heavy game, an open game, that would be nice. Lumped up. Naganuma heads away. Here's Pigliuccelli now. Spencer Drury, what's he going to do? He's all by himself, really. He's been tackled quite easily. And Lloyd King. Oh, Schultz does well here. Here's JCG. Through to... It's not a good enough pass. But Spencer Drury can capitalise. JCG, what's he going to do? It's back to Naganuma. Naganuma. Goal! His first goal for the club. The Japanese superstar with over 60 caps for his country. And is raking in money in shirt sales. Has just banged one in. Brilliant goal from Naganuma. That is brilliant to see. I didn't know he was left-footed. In fact, I don't think he is. I think he's right-footed. He took the corner of his right foot, didn't he? Let's just check. I'm curious now as to... I think he's ambidextrous. Right only, but... Oh yeah, right foot, very strong. Oh, he's hit that with his weak foot. That's really good from him. Let's continue to go for this. Kay slams it up the pitch. Spencer Drury can't win that. And Arsenal coming forwards. We're just... I think I need to drop the defence back. Lloyd King fluffs his shot. That's quite funny. If we drop the defence slightly deeper, we might have a bit more of a chance. I'm going to turn that off as well. A throw-in a dangerous position. Bettenstad into Pigliuccelli. Crossed in. Deep cross. JCG heads it in. We're 2-1 up against Arsenal away from home. Wow. JCG hasn't done anything for ages, but he's just... jumped and headed that into the back of the net. A really deep cross from Bettenstad all the way over. And look at this. He beats his fullback in the air and the keeper can't keep it out. Wow. How are we doing this? I don't really know. The question is, do I continue to attack in the second half? Or do we go to the more solid tactic? My question might be answered here if they manage to get a goal back. King, easy goal, 2-1. I mean, what was that? That was ridiculous. We just let him walk into the net. We're going to continue to attack because we've turned it into a goal-heavy game. It could go either way, I think, at this stage. And it's an exciting end of season for the neutrals and for our fans as well. Keep going up there. You can still win today. What I am going to do, though, is I think we need to get... Who's better at marking, Williams or Horatio? Williams has 13. Horatio has 15. So we're going to get Horatio to man-mark Lloyd King. Maybe I should have done this before. So we'll man-mark Lloyd King. See if that makes a difference. It probably won't because he's just so good. It's going to be very difficult to stop him. And we're going to exploit... Do we exploit the flanks? Do we hit early crosses into the box? I think hit early crosses into the box because we're not going to beat our fullbacks, are we, with the players we have available to us. Nigel's not done so well lately, actually. I kind of feel the first 2/3 of the season was very impressive, and I still feel he probably should be on the list for Player of the Season, but he's not really done anything lately. He scored a goal against someone. Can't remember who that was, though. They've gone 3 up front. Oh no, 3 up front. We can't defend against 3 up front. It's just so deadly. In fact, I am going to exploit the flanks now because of that. Get the ball out wide. Try and exploit the flanks. I think that's what we need to do. And we're going to go to standard football. Just for the time being. We might have to go attacking anyway. But just as they push forwards, we'll just try and calm the storm a little bit. But here come Arsenal looking for a third. It's crossed deep. White, he heads it into the back of the net. And we're going to have to go attacking. They've brought on their other superstar England striker, Graham White. Was that only his second goal of the season? He might have been injured or just not being in favour this season. But never mind. Can we get back into it now? JCG can't win that. And here come Arsenal. White coming forwards. His king being marked by Horatio. You can't win it. But Williams does. And here's Pigliacelli. It's through to Spencer Drury. What we're going to do here? It's out wide to JCG. Puts a good ball in. Too close to the keeper. We've done ourselves proud today. I don't know where we are on the table. I'll have to check in a minute. I'm going to bring Jack Young on. I'm doing it. One more time. One more opportunity for him to impress. Arsenal have clearly been the better team. They've had more chances. They've had more shots. They've had more possession. But we have done ourselves proud. It might end up being more than... Oh, I thought it was going to be more than 3 then. It's likely to end up being more than 3. But I'm pleased we've given it a go rather than just being really solid and then ending up losing 2-0 or something. At least we've given it a go. Here come Arsenal again. Crossed in. Good head away by Horatio. Can we block it away completely? Here comes King looking for his hat-trick. I think it's going... Oh no, good clearance. We haven't got rid of it properly though. Leroy's been dangerous down that right-hand side. And this is another chance. It is another goal. It's 4-2. Eric Schlano. They've got so many players available to them to score. I pushed the defence up. Our defence was really deep then. Nigel's on a 6.2. What's happened to him? It's not being Pigliacelli's day either. And all the defence. Maybe man marking isn't really the way to go here. I'm going to bring on Stephen Dean for Vianello. Where are we in the table then? We'll find out in a second as Arsenal come forwards looking for a fifth. Williams clears up to Jack Young. What's he going to do? Oh, it was almost a delightful ball over to Pigliacelli, but he couldn't quite find him. And instead, Arsenal are looking for a fifth. It's going to be a fifth, isn't it? Oh, wow. We somehow survived. Look at the chances they're creating. With 3 up front is way too overpowered. It's really hard to stop against a team of Arsenal's quality especially. There's no way to stop it. Maybe I should go 3 up front. We'll bring Nigel off. Throw on Lorenzini. We'll drop JCG back. He'll just have to play as a central midfielder. In fact, Schultz can play in the middle as a ball-winning midfielder on defend. JCG as a box-to-box midfielder. And Naganuma as a deep-line playmaker on support. Pigliacelli... Young will play in the middle as a poacher. And then Pigliacelli will play... I think we're playing with something like a trequartista, just dropping back. And Lorenzini up front as an advanced forward. We'll go with that. And we're just going to chuck it up the pitch to them. Obviously, we're not going to exploit the flanks. And just try and get a third goal. Get Jack Young to score. We are currently 9th. We have dropped below West Ham, who are winning. But Stoke are drawing, I guess, at the moment. West Ham go 3-1 up. Looks like they're going to finish 8th. But I'm really happy with this season. If we finish down, even if we finish down in 10th now, it's still been an incredible season for us. And I'm proud of the guys. I'm sure you are as well. Let me know who was your player of the season in the comment section below if you got to this stage. That's a good save by Kay. Tipping it round. We will do a poll as usual. And there will be a season review. Williams heads that away. We can't get rid of it properly though. I don't think we're going to get Jack Young scoring. Here's Naganuma actually. All by himself. It's into Schultz. 20 seconds to get a goal. Don't think it's going to happen. JCG into Pigliacelli. This is nice play. Jack Young. I was hoping he could just bang one from 30 yards. That would have been amazing. Maybe next year he'll get a Premier League goal. I think we'll just have to resign ourselves to the fact that perhaps it's not going to happen. We will continue to try. But it didn't happen this year. He got 1 FA Cup goal, but it was against weaker opposition. Unlucky, but it's been a good season. 9th in the table. That is unbelievable. In a way. We were 8th for the last 4 games, so disappointing to drop down. But the growth this season on the whole has been fantastic. We were at the start of the season under a little bit of threat. But from sort of week, I'd say 13 onwards, it just felt comfortable in a way. 13 wins, 12 draws and 13 losses. We end on a -6 goal difference. But still, I'm really happy with that. Well, thanks for watching this first ever Premier League season with Regen Rovers. Please hit that like button if you haven't done so already. Episode 130 will be a season review. We'll have a look at the performances in a little bit more detail and also have a look at some of the other leagues in England. Until next time, enjoy Football Manager. I will see you very soon.